So today we finished up um, removing everything from those two units, and that's quite the learning experience. We figure between the cost to put everything in and to buy the new stuff that we had, and the guys working on it, we figured it was about $130,000, and then you figure throughout the week between running two crews and everything, we probably have about another $10,000 in it. So about 140 grand. Um, the the logic behind that, I guess, is failed logic at this point. There was, they just, I don't know if they weren't paying attention or they didn't care, and now they do care or whatever, but pretty much, they just weren't doing anything about anybody having things that they shouldn't have. And there were some different situations where people were in violation. Like for example, there's a guy across the street from one of our properties, and he's a Hispanic guy, and they're operating a mechanic shop from their house. I mean, in their eyes, they're probably thinking it's low key, but it's not cool when you have a car motor sitting on the side of the road for 2 weeks. I don't think it's cool, especially with where this stuff is. If you're in the middle of the hood, it's fine, but this is not the hood, and people are renting stuff, and it's pretty much it's a neighborhood that's in transition. We chose that neighborhood specifically to invest in. Primarily, I learned something way back in the day. When I was up north, I had rental properties anywhere where I could get a good deal. And what ended up happening is I was on the road nonstop because just going from one property to the next all day long, every day. And it just got old. So I put everything in one little area. We found this hot little area based off of my experience. And it's paid pretty good dividends. So, there's, I remember one of the books I read in the past, I believe, I think it was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They talk about the bigger you get, the bigger a target you get on your back. So, for us, that just means not pushing the envelope as much. The idea of, going backwards and undoing things like this is it's dumb. It's dumb. So learned a lesson. We actually did quite a few of these, and we're going to have to undo them all, I guess. But anyway, so our Airbnb inventory, we have 21 units right now, mostly on the water, very close to the beaches, and Airbnb is down big time. For us, it's really down. I don't know exactly what has happened with that. And we analyzed our costs, and we looked at it, and we decided, for the little bit of money that we're making on the Airbnb stuff, it's just not worth our time. So we just want to own properties and have somebody else pay them off for us, whether it's an Airbnb or it's a long-term rental, doesn't really matter to us. Now, if I'm paying out, let's say I'm paying out, actually it's like $240,000 is what we paid out last year in cleaning fees on 21 units. And it's just too much, man. And we try to keep things where they're very, very nice and that we're getting the highest reviews and so on and so forth. So the properties we have are in very good condition, and we command a decent price. Now, out of season, our season this year was only about 4 months long because Easter was early. And, not an easy decision to make, but we've decided to go ahead and step back from that because the time spent, the money spent, the effort spent, the employees spent, the fuel, the cleaning supplies, the washing machines, all that stuff. it worked really good, I think, when we were a little bit smaller. But now that we're trying to stretch in to get into 40 units or whatever, and then the hurricane hit, and then we took a step back for about almost a year and a half here, and so we're going to go at that a different way. And then let's see what else is going on. Was a little frustrated with the YouTube channel. It's done well. I have no reference points. I really don't have a YouTube. I don't have a lot of YouTube buddies yet. Haven't really met anybody in this area that does YouTube, and I don't really have reference points. I don't know if we're doing good or if we're doing bad or if it looks right or so on and so forth. So I kind of got frustrated online, which is a no-no. Sorry about that, Justin. So I kind of aired some of my feelings on Discord and directed at I just didn't feel like I was getting the support. And I spent a lot of money to do that program, and it has been beneficial. If they turn the light switch off right now, I feel like I got my full amount of money, but I was hoping for more. So what happened, though, is I kind of said what I had to say. They got back to me right away. I don't know that they knew that I was frustrated. I guess they got a lot of people going on and couldn't tell, but they got a lot of people that they're servicing, which makes sense. And so, but what they did is this. I mean, this is kudos, man. Kudos. So they come. He comes back to me. He says, "Let's get on a phone call." So I talked to him, and he says, "Hey, you hurt my feelings." I said, "Sorry, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get some help here. I don't know what to do." So the way they responded was awesome. So they did. Daryl queued me up Justin queued me up with Daryl on a channel review, and he did it at the very beginning of this hour-long or hour-and-a-half-long channel review that they were doing, and they queued me up first. I told them, I just don't have time to sit on a call for an hour, and you may or may not get to me. I've got a lot going on. I'm growing something with intention. I am very seriously, intensively going after this. Logan and I had another meeting yesterday. I made some big decisions and things that we've talked about for a long time. And we, fortunately, we went through another program a few 5 years ago, and they convinced us that we need to track everything. So to the best of our abilities, being a couple dorks, we have been tracking everything. So we sat down and we looked at the numbers, and the numbers tell you what to do. So that's where we're at with the Airbnb stuff. And we've decided to pull back on the Google AdWords and focus that money into referral stuff as far as getting new customers. And we put out a blast. I have everybody that we've been doing business with forever on one list, and I have a whole bunch of other lists that have people that are general contractors and property, what do you call them? PMs, project managers, guys that do make the decisions about who uses like a demo company. So we got that going on. It's working. It's been working really good. We have grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. In our marketplace right now, we're still recovering from Hurricane Ian, and a very significant amount of the condos are still not online. That's our bread and butter. That's what we are known for, and that's what we get, where we make the lion's share of our money. However, this year we made just as much money, and we didn't do the numbers on condos that we've done in the past. So I guess it really doesn't matter, or maybe it does matter. So I told somebody recently, I said, well, we got it going on. We're mostly all word of mouth. He said, no, you're not. You're missing out on all kinds of business. If you're not pulling in new business, you're not pulling in new business. And he said, you're not tapping into the market at the level that you could tap into it through the word of mouth. And I'm like, if you're just doing word of mouth. And I thought, well, there's a new distinction. He's right. Simple guy, simple thoughts. I didn't really think about it that way. So we're going to open our second location up here by August. We're going to start that. We're going to, we have already started. We went out and we did a blast, and the blast said, hey, we're wondering what do you think about this. We're not getting much traction from Google Ads, and it costs a fortune. So what we're thinking about doing is turning around and giving the money to you. Here's what we're proposing. We're thinking we'll give you $250 in a gift card or a check, and we'll give the customer, so the customer never feels punked, we'll give them a $250 reduction in their first price or their first job that they do with us. And we will make sure that they have an exceptional experience, which we do that anyway. So we have this little system, this little way of doing things, and it works. So it's all just basically politeness, and, we show up. If we're going to be late, we call. If there's something we break, we show you. If there's, we meet you both at the beginning of the job and at the end of the job to make sure that you set the expectation. We say, did we meet the expectation? And then at that point, most of the people, because they've gone through this long period of planning and drawings and permitting and all that, by the time they get to us, we're their first, this first time they see anything happen. And so it's really a good place to be in for getting Google reviews and stuff. So typically they're pretty much jacked out of their minds when they come in, because we show up with purpose. We show up with all our tools. We show up with the dumpster, and when we're done, we're done. Everything's swept up. Every little piece of tile's up. Every screw is pulled out, and we've loaded everything up, and we're saying, okay, what do you think? Did we miss something? Oh yeah, you're supposed to take these 2 2x4s out here. So we take them out. Okay, we good? And they're like, oh my God. And you say, well, hey, my guys and I we get a bonus from the boss if we get a Google review. What do you think about giving us a Google review? Oh, I do that for you. Blah, blah, blah. And then that's how the Google reviews work for us. So it works out really well. So anyway, that's it for today. And I'll see you on the next video.